And good evening, everyone, and good day to the people watching this wherever you may be. So, good day in general. This is a special live reality games podcast. You can follow us at Live Reality Games on Facebook, also as well as YouTube. And my phone is dinging because we're all over the place. We are on Instagram and every place like that. Speaking of
Everywhere.
Instagram, everywhere. One of the new shows that I found out working at Live Reality Games is The Crown. And we're here with Pierre, the creator and producer and founder and everything else, the host of The Crown. Pierre, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Been waiting for this moment. So I'm really excited to see what happens. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic as well. Thanks for asking. I started a little rough this morning, but feeling better. So, no worries. I feel 100% better now. So that's good.
Awesome.
A quick shout out for some events happening in live reality games world. We have a special Friday trivia with the folks of George and Jordan from Rob Has a Podcast. They're doing a special trivia night with Sari Fields from Survivor. Huge fan of Sari. Pierre, yourself? Do you watch
Of
Survivor?
course. Of course I
Of
do.
course. So typically the tickets are $20. However, if you mention LRG in your little Venmo subscription, you can pay $15 and meet Sari in person, play some trivia, and hopefully win some prizes. So everyone tune in this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which works out because Pierre, episode 1 comes out at 7 p.m. this Friday. Is that right?
Yes, it does.
Look, everything just lines up perfectly, doesn't it?
It just falls into place.
So most people tuning in here know who I am from live reality games. So Pierre, who are you and how did you come up with this crazy game?
All right, so my name is Pierre. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and yeah, this is insane. I really love reality competition shows, not just for the aspect of competition, but just the production behind the scenes, like from everything, how everything is edited, the challenges that just really strikes me, and it's really something I want to go into. Honestly, coming up with the show was a really insane process. It was really weird how everything just happened, but I'm glad it happened that way. Um, so should I just get into it or?
Yeah, Pierre, first of all, you said you're 16, so you're going to school and playing this game at the same time. That's kind of crazy. Or how did you schedule the time to play this game?
It was honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard to schedule, because not even just the fact that we're in school, just with COVID right now, we had to basically our entire school was split in half, and we had to find the best times for everyone to be there. Originally, it was supposed to be on a weekend at school, so we had more time, but then due to other restrictions that we had to switch to having it during the school day. So yeah, it was really difficult. It was really difficult, but what can you do?
It looks amazing, by the way, and it's so reminiscent about what we've seen in other live reality games at this time, like Wes with the Penthouse. He brought together a bunch of his friends from college. Dom was just on earlier, host and producer of Survivor Dearborn. He started Survivor Dearborn with a bunch of his friends. Even Kirk started Adventure Coco Pele back in the day with his friends. So it's nice to see this upcoming new thing with you, Pierre, Alex out in Colorado, like the younger crowd doing the stuff like this. So Pierre, welcome to the community, by the way. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kirk is also tuning in. He just wants to see, especially what the game is all about. So, Pierre, what's the premise? How do you play the Crown?
So basically, this is how the game works. Originally there's supposed to be 16 players, but in this season there was 12. So basically, how the game goes is that every player is teamed up in a team of two, and each team is represented but by by what I like to call the jewels of the crown. And the jewels of the crown are a very important part of the games, and each jewel represents a different attribute needed to win. So the jewels can range from strength all the way to logic. So, and each challenge in this competition is based off of one of the jewels of the crown. So each round is basically based off of a certain attribute needed to win. And each team is represented by one because each team color is also connected to the color of the jewel. So basically, every single round there is a trial basically, and it is a main challenge where every team gets to compete to become the power team. And the power team's power is that they get to nominate three teams up for elimination, and they also get what I like to call a power play, which is a decision where they can pick from a power up, which helps out their team, or power down, which negatively affects the other teams. um, and basically, the three teams that are up for elimination, they go into what we like to call saving grace. And saving grace is basically a vote that the teams that are not up for the vote, including the team that won the trial, gets to vote on one team that they would like to save from going into elimination. And even though they are in teams, they vote individually. So their vote is their vote. The team with the most votes to be saved gets saved from going into the elimination, and which leaves the two other teams to face off in the arena challenge, which is elimination challenge that will duel both teams against each other to come back and return to the game. The team that wins that challenge not only gets to return to the game, but whichever decision that the power team left out from their power play, they will get whatever is left over. So they
Hmm.
automatically return to the game with a power play. And the team that is eliminated has to leave their jewel to a team that is still in the game that could possibly help them out in the final trial.
Fantastic. Let's see here. Naomi's saying she is so excited to hear about this. And then Kirk wanted to do another shout out. The metaphors and layers of this, Pierre. Like this is a whole different take. There's definitely elements I can see like little bit endurance, like gathering the
Yeah.
pieces, and then also the voting aspect too. That's kind of like Survivor, and then what's the other one? Like the challenge, because you're playing in these arena. Like this is really intricate or into whatever that word is. But really, really nice, and it seems like it flows really well too. You said there's 12 players, so 6 teams, right?
Yeah.
Nice. These contestants too. Pierre, you said that you were 16. Are the players similar in age groups?
Yeah, we're all similar in age group. From the time of filming, we were all 15, and some of us were still 14 because of late birthdays.
Thank
So yeah,
you,
we're all
Naomi,
basically the
by the
same
way.
age.
Intricate. Intricate is the word. So struggle sometimes, folks. So teamwork. Let's see here. And how do they all know each other? Are you all, you said some friends from school or just random people at school? How do they find out about this?
Yeah, most of us are all from the same school. We're all in the same grade. We all basically share the same classes. We're on the same cohort. So we basically see each other every single day that we have school. So uh yeah, so we all know each other. Most of them are walking into the game with pre-built friendships, and yeah, even a little bit of rivalry between the friendships. Who knows?
So it definitely sounds like a season of Survivor, like a blood versus water, when everybody knows each other too. The
Yeah.
Amazing Hunt is doing something similar to when they brought a big family. I think they have like 16 players too pretty soon. So something really intricate to look at. So Pierre, what like inspired you? You said you're a fan of reality shows. Is there one that really speaks to you that you connected with? Maybe the one that got you started finding out about live reality games?
One that got me started with live reality games is the Totem Pole, which is now the Penthouse. It is my favorite, and it was my favorite, and still is my favorite to this day. It really, I went to introduce me to live reality games because I have been watching them beforehand, but when I started learning more about the Totem Pole and just the community around the Totem Pole, that's when I found out about live reality games. So it really introduced me to the crowd.
And you do all this work yourself. You have some production members, so shout out to them real quick. Who were on your team to help produce this?
So my team is fantastic. It involves Henri Lalonde. Sorry, it's French. We all go to French school. His name is Henri Lalonde. He was our male production member. He really helped me out with the entire process. He took good charge of how certain things were filmed. He also helped me out with some of the challenges at some point. So he's amazing for that. And then we have the twins. Yeah, they're actually twins. Their names is Lily and Poppy. They are like my best friends at school. I really could not have done this without them. They were there for me when I first even brought the show idea to them, and they really helped me out throughout this entire process.
That's great to have so much support from your friends. What do your parents think about this? And what do the other kids' parents say, having their kids be on a YouTube show? Just out of curiosity. Big
My
support,
mom
I
has
hope, right?
yeah, my family, my brother, my sister, they've literally have been my rock throughout this entire process. When things got stressful, they were there to help me out with everything. They gave me constant support. My mom gave me support every now and then. And as for the parents, um, only like a handful of parents know that their kids are actually competing in this because most think that this is just like a small thing, which it kind of is in like the spectrum of our school, but not many parents know about it. But some parents, one in particular, really is excited to just root for their kid, basically.
So shout out to the family and the support from that. So thank you. Definitely, it takes a village to put on something like this, I guess you could say. So
Yeah.
something. So did you do this for like a school project or just for the fun of it? Because most college survivors actually they take some like video classes or like a part of a club. Is this like through anything from the school, Pierre, or just out of your free time and fun you wanted to put this game on?
So basically, at our school we had this project called Personal Project. It's an IB project, and it's basically a project where you could do it on anything that you want to do. So it's literally a wide range of whatever you want to do. You can go ahead and do it. Like some of my friends, they did a project on K-pop. Some of them did whole photo workshops, and I decided to do a reality competition show. And in the beginning stages, I wasn't thinking to do the crown for my project because I just thought that would be like a very big task to uphold. I was actually thinking about doing the totem pole because still is my favorite live reality game. So I was planning to do that at first. Like even during like our tech class, I would be planning out how I would do certain edits of the show, how things were going to work. I even had like a whole docs about how I was going to do the game, and then just I brought the idea to my friends of I brought the idea of the crown to my friends, and one of them said, "Would you do this for your project?" And then I was reluctant, but then I really want to challenge myself and push myself out of my comfort zone because doing something like this, literally every person in this community, it's something big. Like regardless of the scale of it, if you're like going out to a location to film this, or even doing this just on your school campus, it's a very big project to maintain, and I wanted to be a part of that.
It's fantastic, and like you said, it's a ton of work to take on a task like this. So, um, random stranger out there wants to say that you are awesome. This is amazing. You worked so hard. Um, and it's Olivia, by the way. So thanks, random stranger, Olivia. From what we've seen from the preview too, Pierre, did you like take filming classes in school, any production like that, or are you like self-taught?
I'm basically all self-taught. I really had a big passion for media for as long as I can remember. I've always loved photography, filmmaking, editing. It's always been a huge part of my life, and yeah, just doing something like this really honed my skills, you can say.
Absolutely. So Pierre, remind people at home where to find the crown.
So you can subscribe to the Crown channel because episode 1 releases this Friday at 7 p.m. EST. Just search up the Crown LRG on YouTube and either just go to the channels tab or it should be the first video to pop up. And on Instagram, we have the dot crown dot show. Sorry, it's a very complicated name. But yeah, you could follow us there for little updates and tidbits on how the show is going.
And for anyone that hasn't watched the trailer yet, the trailer looks fantastic. It looks super strategic, super gutsy. All these players have so much personality too already. Your friends seem really cool. And at the same time, I'm a little intimidated. They're hardcore players, it seems like. They want to win this, which is fantastic to see, actually. So
it caught me off guard as well.
So what was really your intent on the crown? I know with everything going on, you were kind of having this pushed out. You wanted to do this later. Where do you want the crown to go in the future? Do you have more seasons planned?
Of course, I have tons of seasons planned. Like, I have a group chat with my production members, and I literally tell them basically every single week about a new challenge that I want to do or a new twist that I want to plan out. Like, I'm really excited to be able to hopefully continue this next year with a brand new batch of people, and even the year after that before I graduate, because I want to, you can say, leave somewhat of a legacy at the school, and I want to be known for something. And also just doing something like this could really help me out in the long run if I want to work in the TV industry.
Absolutely. Definitely something to put on your resume. So if anybody's watching at home right now, in the comments, if you have any questions for Pierre about the game, anything like that, production-wise, please let us know. I'll try to pop you on here. So what, Pierre, are like the attributes? You said there are attributes to each challenge and gems you can win. What did you choose as like the crowning jewels, as they are called, I guess?
Yeah. So basically, the 8 jewels of the crown, so I'm going to go by color. So the red jewel represents strength. The orange jewel represents endurance. The yellow jewel represents ingenuity. The green jewel represents luck. The blue jewel represents dexterity. The purple jewel represents memory. The pink jewel represents dedication. And the gray jewel represents logic. So those attributes, I really wanted, those stroked me at first. Like, literally the second I thought of the show and I opened up my notes app, those were the first attributes that I wrote down in my app, because I feel like not even in just a crown, but in any competition show like the challenge or Big Brother, you need to have a big bag of tricks, because it isn't all physical or all strategic. It's a mixture and balance of everything in one.
Absolutely. And speaking of the challenge, Live Reality Games is going to be covering the challenge here pretty soon, giving our best variety and feedback on the show with some special people. And one that you'll know from the Penthouse, Luke will be joining our team, as well as Nathan and Lee. And so we're super excited for that. And Pierre, if you watch the challenge, we are looking for guest spots on it. So you can hop on in for an episode if you'd like to give your feedback and do a little pitch on. Sounds cool. Let's see here. A few questions here from the audience that came in. We have one person. Who's the girl in the cow bucket hat? I'm not quite familiar with what a cow bucket hat is. However,
so yeah, it's basically the cast reveal. She's actually one of the contestants on the show, and she was wearing a cow bucket hat in her picture. So I guess she's wanting a little bit of a shout out. That's Hiba. She's a player on this season.
I see it right there. There's the I think that's the cow bucket hat. There we are.
Yep, that's her.
Shout out there. Best of luck to you. I have not done a cast assessment yet of the cast. I don't know how to pick favorites. Everyone seems, like I said, really meant to play the game. So I'm super excited to see how it goes down too. Also, another person says the trailer looks really cool. Rydell, perhaps.
Oh, I
So
remember her. I
thanks.
remember her. I remember
Yeah,
her.
you got some fans in the crowd here, Pierre. Like people are picking up here. They do have a question though. How many episodes do you plan on releasing?
So basically this is just a whole story. So I split the show actually in two parts. You'll see an explanation to this in the final episode, but due to COVID, we had to actually stop the filming of the show like entirely until it was safe for us to film again because our school wouldn't allow us to film because it just wouldn't be safe, and just in general with everything going on in our city, it wouldn't be safe for us to really continue. So we split the show in two parts, and part one has 3 episodes. Can't see my fingers. 3 episodes. Yeah, that are going to be released subsequently each week. And the second part of the show, I can only hope that we can finish filming before the end of this school year, or continue it early next school year. That's my hope of what will happen.
Well, I'm super excited to see that too. Shout out from this person here. It says, "Go bestie." So you got people tuning in, which is fantastic, and I can't wait to see the audience. Are you doing a? If you haven't thought about this yet, a YouTube premiere so we all can chat with you, and that'd be fantastic to see what everyone's saying. Kirk wants to see you change the luck thing. However, Kirk, luck is my favorite attribute, definitely. So I would like to see him keep that, by the way.
Yeah,
So
I like luck. I like luck because people just tend to think that luck is just throwing your hands up and leaving it all to fate, but luck can be what you make it. If you follow your instinct, luck can lead you in the right direction. So that's really what I thought of, because I never like to really leave anything up to fate. I like to really follow just your gut instinct, and that's what luck basically means in the sense of this show.
Now, bringing it back, you said you introduced modifications because of COVID and everything. We do see everyone wearing a face mask too, which is fantastic. And I know that you all, like you said, were in the same cohort, so you all hung out together typically at school. Fantastic. And similarly, one of our college survivors, Scotty Survivor, which is airing right now, they actually started. As you're watching, I guess, right?
I'm watching. Yeah. Leo's my favorite.
They do some things virtually. Do you take this game virtually or do you keep it all live?
Yeah. In the beginning stages, most people, like my teacher, would suggest me to just do it completely online. But also, it would be like kind of hard to do it online too. Like, not saying that you can't host these types of game online, because, as most of us know, there's a bunch of ORGs everywhere, like on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. There's a bunch of ORGs. But I wanted to really keep the show as authentic as I can and do it in person with all the restrictions that I can make to make sure that is, one, safe, but also available to compete in.
Absolutely, and it seems like you did a really great job. Shout out to Team Logic. Gray is like my favorite color, so shout out to Team Logic out there. So, anything you want to describe about the challenges? I want to see what you have in store, but any little like hints you can pass along?
Any little hints? I'll give a brief little hint on.
Is there
the
eating
challenges that you'll
challenge?
probably.
Does that come into play at all? Is there eating challenge?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
But I am planning to do one for this season. So, if there's any cast members in watching this right now, you're probably gonna have to eat something at some point in the game. But yeah, the challenges are just really, they're just very, very vast. Like, none of them are really related to each other, which I really like about this show. Like, Some challenges you're blindfolded. Some challenges you have to use a lot of balance. Some challenges you're literally going to be screaming in pain and yelling at how your other contestant isn't following the rules or whatnot. Yeah, so
Oh, so they're
really,
not actually like in pain. You're not like putting them through that kind of thing. It's just frustration, right?
yeah, a mix of both.
Yeah.
A mix
Okay.
of
Thank goodness. Whew.
both. I wouldn't torture them yet.
So, what can we expect besides the challenges? You said a lot of strategic, a lot of gameplay. Anything else we should expect going into this show?
Honestly, expect people that are friends to stab each other in the back. That's all I can. That's all I can say, because everyone in the cast really came to win. Like, even though everyone is different, most are really outgoing, most are very shy. They all came out here to win, and they all came out here to compete. And you're gonna definitely see it in how each person plays the game and how they make their certain decisions.
Well, Pierre, I'm super excited to watch the first episode. First episode airs this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Shout out for everyone tuning in at home. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Naomi from Live Reality Games, for correcting me on my word choice there. I appreciate it. Your friends, of course, Rydell, another person, and then somebody lives for drama, which is fantastic. All your friends out at home. So thank you. And thank you for everyone who has pitched in on production and the support. Just as a reminder for people at home, we are doing a special $5 discount for live reality game fans for trivia night with Sari Fields this Friday as well, which will take place after the first episode. If the first episode is an hour long, Pierre, I should have asked that first. How long is the episode?
The first episode is actually like on the shorter side. It's like under 20 minutes actually, and the first episode just basically covers the first challenge and the entire team making process, which I can tell you this, the team making process was insane. The amount of drama that happened is honestly something that you guys have to get ready to watch, because it's going to be amazing.
Well, I'm super excited for this insane game, as you keep saying. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. You can check out the Crown Show on Instagram. And then, of course, search for The Crown Allergy on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button so you are reminded when they do premiere this Friday. Once again, Pierre, thank you. Once again, everyone at home, thank you. And any further questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll make sure Pierre gets to it after his homework. So thank you all, and we'll see you next time.